FTN. You're about to experience the Alpha Factor. Tonight, we've got a few fun things for you. Starting off with, we're going to meet the candidates. Not really, because they're a bunch of lazy fucks. We're going to talk about Big Man BlackRock and the Unhinged Committee. A few more things, too, but that's secret. Alright, so first, the candidates. What the fuck? They're all a joke. They are all a joke. No one is taking this seriously. Xi Jinping, he's a notorious troll. His only claim to fame is being a largely ineffectual transportation secretary. His only actions of note in that role are vanity projects with short-term success that are mostly done by other people that he typically ends up firing when he gets irritated with them. I've seen pretty much no campaign promises from him. No plans. Actually, not pretty much no. I've seen zero. He doesn't have a campaign Discord. I think this is a joke from him. He's not doing this seriously. He's claiming to be a Chinese supremacist or whatever the fuck that means. Get the fuck out of here, Zhang. Fuck you. Rick Vicario, at one point he seemed like a plausible candidate for office, but then he's running a non-serious campaign as well. It's no coherent public plans, goofy-ass ads, and no campaign Discord server. We reached out to him for comment, and he flat out ignored us. What's with that? Why is this turning into a popularity contest? Andrew, he also doesn't have public plans, although when we did DM him, he at least tried to respond to us with something. And for that reason, I at least feel like he's trying, but it is kind of bullshit that no one else is. It is flat out just Andrew, and that's fucking it. No one even wants to try and compete against him. What the fuck is wrong with us right now? Jake, what do you think? Yes, you were. We see how that turned out. Yeah.
I was Zovan's VP pick. We had a bit of a falling out. So
yes, that's been quite public.
He he wants to hold me in contempt. But what I'm saying is, I spoke with Mr. Cool Guy about the whole thing, and he has been nothing but he's a stand-up man, and I feel like out of all these candidates, he's the right man for the job right now.
My only issue is that he's not doing any public plans, as has been traditional in this community. Traditionally, a presidential candidate will go out and they'll say, hey, this is what I want to do next time. And then the other guys will go, this is what I want to do. It's a little bit different, but I think my way is better. Right now, it's just a popularity like that. Or the alternative is it's a conspiracy to get Andrew the crown. One of those. But at this point, I want to talk about BlackRock. That and Xi Jinping candidate are kind of related. Xi Jinping owns BlackRock, and through BlackRock, he owns a majority of the news companies that are active in Noosa right now. Alpha Factor has estimated that they conservatively have paid for between 8,000 and 9,250 Robux, and about 60,000 Boulder dollars as cost of doing business for all of their acquisitions in the past couple of weeks. They own, I think it's 4 or 5 media companies right now. They own Alpha Factor, they own Voyager News, they own CBS, they own Weasel News. Xi Jinping owns 50% of Truth Paper, which has been going after me ruthlessly, ever since I've been going after JSJS BABD, the President Pro Tempore Emeritus, which hopefully, all things going well, he will be removed from that position, and then he will be just Secretary of State, JSJS. But what is he doing with this company, BlackRock? Why does he seek to control all of the media in our group? What's his end goal? What do you think he seeks to do? Do you think that maybe he is trying to control the I think that he's trying to control the narrative, because right now, a lot of his publications with Truth Paper, they've been very, very targeted. Again, anyone that stands in his way, he will go after them. He will say anything that it takes. He will find any sort of opposing viewpoint that goes against the people that he dislikes, and he will make it seem like the person that he's interviewing is a person of authority and they need to be listened to, when in reality they're a fucking nobody. The messages between Siad Minaj and Zovain, both of those people, absolute nobodies with pretty much no political power here, trying to discredit me and my investigations into their racism, protecting racism, not respecting the will of the Senate, those sort of things. But what is this BlackRock company? What are they for? I think they're for power, and I think that they need to be stopped. I think that they need to be stopped right now. Unfortunately, the Department of Commerce and Labor and the Department of Justice have committed to restricting these actions from happening further. Jakers, your opinion on the matter? On just about everything, sir. I mean, they own Alpha Factor.
I do find it concerning how Truth Paper is essentially using their platform as essentially, it pains me to say this, the largest media organization in Noosa, to control the narrative in a way.
I mean, at certain points, I would say that they're bordering on libel. They are definitely.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say definitely it's more opinionated than the other news outlets.
They are definitely spreading some misinformation. There are some things presented that are not portrayed as they should be.
Yeah, misrepresented. I'm just gonna say it's not misinformation. It's more bias, like extreme bias. towards whatever JS or Jan Jinping need. That is how I see it right at this time, and hopefully things are gonna get better. So
Yeah,
that's
hopefully.
all I have to say on
Well,
that.
Truth Paper, it used to actually be quite respectable. When they first came out, I was a big fan of them. Um, Heck, I'll go so far as to say that during my first episode of Alpha Factor, they were probably still my favorite news company. That has since changed demonstrably. Their company has changed a lot. Their corporate owners have changed a lot. And so therefore their company is no longer one that I can get behind, unfortunately. Back in the day, they definitely had a standard of ethics. They no longer stick to that standard of ethics as they once did. Maybe 3 months ago, they were doing some quality stuff, but that's not even close to the case anymore, unfortunately. So, moving on to something else of JSJS, his hearing. Oh man, that was a clusterfuck. That was clusterfuck is a good way to describe that, wouldn't you say, Mr. Jake?
Yes,
Uh,
definitely.
that was. I mean, we're still having to comb through the transcript of these things to figure out all of the times that both of those people were contemptuous or perjured themselves, which was multiple times. Both of them, or sorry, allegedly perjured themselves and allegedly were contemptuous. Whatever the fuck. I know that I'm probably gonna get sued for saying some shit. Mama gobies. Mama gobies. Cunt. Um, they they had a blatant disregard for the Congress of the United States. We had a very clear goal with our hearings. We needed to determine whether or not um, NUSA guidelines, State Department guidelines, the Constitution was followed. It was pretty simple. We needed to figure out whether or not people were doing their jobs, whether or not people were allowed to even be doing their jobs as per the Constitution. And these people felt, for some reason, that these were motivated by biases, when in reality, they're motivated by the fact that I'm trying to do my job. As senators, we're to keep these people in mind. That's the checks and balances. That's how the Constitution works. If they hadn't done anything wrong, they wouldn't be investigated for it. It's as simple as that. And what I think a lot of people fail to understand about these congressional hearings is that they're kind of like a finger trap. The more you struggle, the harder it is to get your finger out of it. But if you just comply, it's over. It it's just so easy. It is so easy. You just say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Boom. And then you're out of there in like an hour. But instead, with the flippant remarks and then the trying not to answer and then the being a dick, and then they just make it harder for themselves. I don't know why they do it. It's like they think that they're better than us. What's your take on the situation? Oh, with him suing to get a stay?
Yeah, I understand that, but what I don't like is I want to talk boss's hearing is what I want to talk about mainly. Boss's hearing.
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
Oh God.
So yeah, go ahead, boss's hearing. What do you have to say about that?
Should I pull it? Do you want me to pull up the transcript on air?
Yeah, go.
I realized I forgot to share the stream link, so I got it.
Yeah, but if you have anything specific of note, but I'll just go ahead.
I mean, he's just spamming gifs and memes.
Yeah, he also repeatedly left the committee Discord entirely during the hearing. I had to get it in the DMs and threaten him with contempt in order to get him back. He repeatedly used the N-word during his hearing, also.
That's...
He stated that he didn't like black people during his hearing, to my recollection.
Welcome to the internet, my man.
No. What's that?
Welcome to the internet. No, I don't want to make that public. No.
You can't be doing it in a way like that. It's the blatant disrespect and disregard for us. I don't fuck with it. I don't. The failing to answer our question.
I mean, it's all very it's all just
a little fucking troll.
I know, it's ridiculous that he's one of the highest ranking diplomats in the country.
Yeah, they think that because they're diplomats, they can do whatever they want, when in reality, no, they can't. Actions do have consequences. And you know what? The dildo with consequences rarely comes lubricated. Also, I'm going...
Apologies for the audio issue.
I think that their actions...
Apologies to the viewers for the audio issue.
I think that their
issue.
actions set a very bad precedent. I believe that their actions yesterday set quite a very bad precedent for how committee hearings are to be conducted. I really hope that people don't feel as though they can copy them and get away with it.
I mean...
It's my hope that the Attorney General does go after them. It seems to be indicated that once Congress gets the ball rolling, that hopefully something will happen, but unfortunately the committee does not have a crystal ball, so can't say that for sure yet.
I mean, yeah, how you described those hearings earlier was perfect.
And then, towards the end, we have some other senators trying to hamper the efforts. A couple of them trying to end the hearings early, despite the fact that they were scheduled to end at a very specific time. Which I found in very poor taste. I found that absolutely in very poor taste. With the President Pro Tempore deciding to change his vote on the matter. um, with him deliberately asking questions so as to try and make it seem as though the questions were targeted for me. His questions were opinion based, but he made it seem as though they were factual, which I absolutely did not fuck with. Honestly, Jakers, I wish that I had voted in favor of your resolution before. If I knew that this is the person that Zovain is, I wish that I had voted for it.
I knew this when working with him as VP. I saw this coming because can I tell you something? Like he kind of tried to get dirty. Like he was talking about how he had this trump card when it came to the election, like how we're gonna destroy Cool Guy with this, and he tried to leverage false claims of doxing, allegedly. He also I'm going to confess. I did discuss this with him. I never acted upon it, but he did discuss when AKA Cool Guy was nominated to be vice president. He did discuss intentionally stalling the nomination.
Oh yeah, it was very clear that that's what he was doing. He's been anti-United the entire time. All he does is troll and troll and troll, and then whenever you call him out on it, he's like, "No, I'm not. Look at me. I'm gonna do something. I'm a little fucking Zovain. I'm a little fucking upside down, little fucking spider guy."
Yeah. I may consider if anything happens, I may consider reintroducing the resolution, but for now, I feel like it might be best that we try to work with Zovain and make do with what we have.
Speaking of resolutions, let's talk about you being the contempt resolution against you.
Oh. Can the other senators just please finish the voting on that? Like, it looks like it's failing.
Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and check that one real quick.
I'll pull up the Trello and show it on stream.
1, 2, 3, 4. What the fuck? Of course that little bitch did. Of course that little bitch did.
Who?
Tactical Owen. I knew that he was an op.
He voted to hold me in contempt, I'm guessing.
He did, but almost everyone else voted abstain. Zovain, aye. Vodkas, aye. You, nay. Chexberger, abstain. Lewis,
obviously abstain. Nay. Why would I A that?
I'll get to that in a second. Tactical Owen, aye. Atlas Accord, abstain. And then, so the reason why I say why would you, or you ask why would you eye it? Well, I made this agreement with you in private. However, I'll make this public now. If you are found in contempt, I want you to introduce a resolution against me to find me in contempt, because I have done far worse than anyone else.
And you are.
Like
I respect you for that.
I'm constantly pissing people off. Like, I'm almost always insulting people. I've been found guilty of 2 federal crimes and a state felony. If we're gonna enforce the rules against you, then there's no reason to not enforce the rules against me or other people in the Senate. I think that is completely and 100% unfair. And actually, I did get Zovain to admit to this in the DMs. I'll have to send you a screenshot of that later. But more on Senate records. Dissolution of the President pro tempore emeritus is right about to pass. So, yes. But I think it's really funny that Zovain changed his vote. I think we should stop calling him Zovain. Call him Snakevain. Alright, that's all I got for you today. I was a little bit unprepared for you, so next time we'll have a little bit better of a show. And make sure that you catch the BMHL finals, the Tampa and Sacramento on FTN. It is in 1 hour. Is that correct, Jakers?